No. I looked into it. I am a Air Force flight medic, which is a great job. It's weird being a military medic because in medicine, the first thing they teach you is the Hippocratic Oath, right? It's first, do no harm. That's perfect for medicine, makes sense. Then you join the military, and their motto is more like, first, do harm. Like harm professionally. So as a medic, it's, I kind of feel a little like the salad at a Wendy's. Like, yeah, who am I for? Besides her. I don't match the vibe at all. It's weird. Speaking of violence, creeping up on my mark. Speaking of violence, exactly. I, like you, have probably been watching way too many true crime shows. Anyone else?
Yep.
Yeah. Which that's generous. Like crime, let's be honest, we mean one crime, right? Murder. They're not going to push out another season of Making a Jaywalker. Like, no, that's... I'd watch it. I would watch it. I would. But then I'd watch a show about murder, because murder is the best. By which I mean it's terrible, it's awful. But that's what makes it the most compelling, right? Like if crime was a buffet, murder would be the lobster at the end, right? Crime lobster. Oh, I'd watch that. Would you watch that? I would watch that. All right, elevator pitch. It's two lobsters. One has a blue shell, one has a red shell. I don't think I need to tell you which one's the cop. Their dad is a gray lobster, right? It denotes wisdom and the kind of moral flexibility he's going to need to keep this crazy family together. Season finale, cop lobster molts, grows back a red shell, mistaken identity, cliffhanger. Can I just say, I just love that I do a thing where in front of people out loud I can say cop lobster and everyone's like, continue. So good. I love it so much. I've been watching other television. I've been rewatching The Mandalorian. Have you guys seen Baby Yoda? Creepy? How dare you? That thing is adorable. Oh. Yes, so do I. Yeah. No, he's adorable. Are you kidding? I'm a man. Not much of one, but technically. I have 120 combat hours over Afghanistan, and looking at Baby Yoda, I have ovulated 37 times. Yeah. I didn't know I could do that. Let's see. Oh, the big news this week. So Donald Trump passed his cognitive test. He is not an elderly dementia patient. If you were keeping track of where the bar is, that's what passes for good news. But I can't make fun of him because my brain does not work properly either, obviously. But I have this thing where I will read a sign, and somewhere between my eyes and my brain, it goes horribly awry. Here are a couple examples. So I was doing some essential driving. I drove through a neighborhood that had a sign that said, "Drive like your kids live here." That's their emphasis, not mine. And I thought that was presumptuous, because my kid's a black belt in Taekwondo. He can dodge. So I don't know if that's how you want me driving through your neighborhood. Saw another one. This is definitely my fault. I was in Vegas in the before times. I was in Vegas and I drove past a giant sign that said book tours. And I went, really? In Vegas? That's not a very literary, I wonder what, oh. Yeah, verb, not adjective. It was a building where you could book tours. That's on me. It took me longer than it took you. Another one. This is also my fault. I was driving, and a nice SUV had a Cougars lacrosse sticker, and I said out loud to no one, good for them. Sexy older women who prefer to date younger men, forming a sports league. That's hot. That's hot. I'm definitely going to get season tickets. I was so mad when I figured that one out. Oh, so I'm still disappointed. Anyway. This last one, I don't think this one is my fault. I was driving on the Beltway, and someone had a bumper sticker that said, "Do you follow Jesus this closely?" Which, incidentally, if Jesus came back and saw all the signs for CrossFit, do you think he would be mad or flattered?
Flattered! Yes! Woo!
I'm allowed to make that joke. I was raised Catholic. So if hours spent staring at six-pack Jesus on the cross have taught me anything, it's that Jesus only hated one thing in this world, and that was carbs. But anyway, bumper sticker. See, my mind doesn't work right. Bumper sticker. And, not to get too deeply into the theology, but, given the rich roots and traditions of Christianity, I think the question she should have been asking herself is, would Jesus drive like a jackass in the passing lane? I don't think so. Have some respect for the Lord, is what I'm saying. All right. That's all for me. Thank you so much for coming out tonight, supporting live comedy. Give it up for Sandy.
Woo! Everybody, let's hear it for Dave McOwen. It was excellent. Fantastic. Oh, okay.
Sure.
So would you like to... Huh? We get a soldier on? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Guys, everybody give it up for Dave McOwen. Hilarious. Well, our next comedian is a real treat. I performed with him all over the DMV, and he's been in New York at Dangerfields and Broadway Comedy Club, and we've been on numerous shows together. He cracks me up every time. He has some really cool visual aids. Everybody start giving it up right now for Walter Gottlieb. I'm going to wipe the mic for you.
Thank you. Normally I would hug you, but we got a social distance.
I know.
Right?
I got the cuties going.
We would hug, and is everybody ready for the symphony? I'm going to put my music out here, the set list, etc. Gonna bring this a little closer. So, baseball fans? Really? That's it? You'll pretend. Okay. So, how do we feel that they don't have crowds, so they're piping in the damn crowd noise?
Very weird.
Any of y'all find that weird? Yeah, so the Nats played yesterday at Nats Park, and they piped in crowd noise, and it's a little bit different than what they're going to do for the Washington football team, now named. When the Washington football team takes the field, they're going to pipe in a laugh track because those guys are pathetic. Like they haven't been good since '92. You know, Fauci. Did you know that Fauci threw out the first ball? You knew that. Little known fact: Trump was going to, and they invited him. But he said it's the state's responsibility to get the ball over the goddamn plate. So they called in Dr. Fauci. Oh no! My set list and my lyrics and everything are flying all over the place. There isn't even a fan blowing. Okay. What do you think of the new name, the Washington football team? Isn't that creative? Yeah. It's so creative. Did you say it's Aboriginal? No, they wanted to get rid of the Aboriginal name because it was offensive. So a true confession, like I haven't been in Frederick in a long time. Like I grew up in Silver Spring, but we'd come up here. We saw the Frederick Keys play. Speaking of baseball, do you still have them? All right. Are they any good? You're making faces. Do they suck now?
They always sucked, but...
Okay, but you have a nice picnic. You ride a carousel or something. The baseball doesn't frickin' matter. I'm trying to keep it clean because we're on... Thank you. We go Frederick Keys. But I had been hearing stuff about Frederick that it used to be kind of rednecky, and now it's all Fredneck, and now it's all hipster. Is that true? And I was trying to wrap my head around, like, what does that mean? Does it mean that the gun shops sell, like, Winchester 30-30s with artisanal shells? Like, do the restaurants serve farm-to-table pork rinds? Are there guys in pickup trucks with no shirts on drinking kombucha? What the hell? I can't, like, wrap my head around it. I was in a restaurant before the quarantine. Oh, thank you. That's very sweet. Give it up for Dave McOwen's significant other. I forgot your name. It doesn't matter. Her name is not Jesus. But she does walk on water. All that wine there was water. She turned it in. No. So I was at a Thai restaurant back home in Silver Spring. Thank you. And I saw the weirdest damn bathroom signs. Now, let me set this up. Like, you are used to seeing this one, right? The old restroom sign. You know, we're starting to get more of a gender neutral, everybody, unisex, whatever. Tell me, what the hell is this? You see this stuff? Yeah, glory hole. So this is a dude climbing over the partition to peek at the woman. I didn't realize that they have a restroom now for perverts. We used to call that the men's room. It was very simple. Yeah. Okay, where are we here? I agree with Dave, who said that we're used to performing with 20-somethings and two 20-somethings. So not that you all aren't young and beautiful and pristine and virginal, but, it is refreshing to be around people like over 30 sometimes. I'm a baby boomer. I'm at the tail end of the baby boom, which means I'm too young to remember where I was when Kennedy was shot, but too old to remember what I was doing when I found out Elton John was gay. You know what I'm saying? But I do. Oh, that's when I was 30, honey. Yeah, you're not talking my childhood. Weren't they the lip syncers? Yeah. Dave's whole routine was lip synced by Sandy. Isn't that amazing? Okay. So I envy people who are I envy people who are younger, like the younger generations, the millennials and Gen Z, because they can enjoy things like erections and bubble tea, that we can't. I was wondering, what did men do in the thousands of years before Viagra? Gen Z is like you're born in 2000 or over. That's all. It's all, I have one of those, doesn't it? Anybody have children? You have 97 children. You look fantastic. Does it? The MILF of the year, ladies and gentlemen. 97 children. And there's number 98. The twins. Okay, Mazel Tov. If I may move on, if I can remember where I was. So, no, what did men do for the thousands of years before Viagra? And I did a little research, and this is true, there was an ancient remedy in Timbuktu, which is in Africa, where if the guy was impotent, he would lick the pulverized penis of a lizard. And I'm like, I might have some problems with that. Like, first of all, does Care First cover that? And second of all, if I lick a lizard's pulverized penis, does that make me gay? Or does it just make me horny for Geico, ladies and gentlemen? That was pretty bad. Quarantine has been weird. I'm finding weird shit in the fridge that you would never find before quarantine. Check this out. This is real, by the way. Found this in the fridge, okay? Mike's Hard Lemonade on one side, hand sanitizer on the other. Nice and cool. And I'm like, why would anybody do this? And I realized there's a theme. They both have alcohol. This is about 3%. This here is like 180 proof. This will give you a nice light buzz. This will F you up. Like, I had a couple of these before the show. So yeah, I'll have that like helicopter thing going on. Who has cats? Okay, so that counts. You count as 3 people then, and Becky has 1. Okay, so one cool thing about quarantine is I have found out what my cats do all day, which is absolutely nothing. And I brought some documentary evidence. Here is evil bad kitty. Spends all day like this, just napping. Our other cat, Bokanon, spends the whole day on an oven mitt. Why? That is until evil bad kitty decides he can't and evicts him from the oven mitt, and then goes back to sleep on an executive chair. I could not be as useless or ridiculous as these guys if I tried. So anyway, oh, I do have a little story for you. I was walking the dog. We're a dog and cat family, and I saw that the neighbor's cat, who I thought was named Little Man, was on their stoop, and he's supposed to be an outdoor cat, an indoor cat. Damn. I think we're going to put these down here. So, thank you. Don't worry. So, technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. So I thought, I better let the neighbor know. Little Man's outside. So I texted her, Little Man is on the front stoop, just in case you want to know. She texts back, I hope not, because he's buried in the backyard. So she's like, could you be thinking of our other cat named Fisher? I'm like, damn, I'm getting old. I not only couldn't keep my neighbor's pet's name straight, I had underestimated the possibility of a zombie cat apocalypse. But don't worry, folks. If you have armies of undead cats marching toward you with a hunger for human flesh, don't worry. You have a little time, because before they eat human flesh, they have to take a nice little nap. So you have time to run. All right. So I'm pretty bad with technology. I'm a boomer. I try to keep up. My daughters try to help me. But I got to tell you, like, I get confused. I F up. My youngest daughter, who's 17, was telling me a story about something she experienced on social media, and I'm sure you relate. She's like, I like to take selfies on Snapchat because it doesn't flip it, but they add to your stories and the save button are right next to each other, and sometimes I press the wrong button and I end up like sharing all my selfies to my story, and it's embarrassing. I'm like, wow, sweetie, that's too bad. I have no idea what the F you're talking about. When I was your age, I was getting jumped for my lunch money, okay? I had bigger problems. Apparently, my butt has been dialing people. Or as I like to say, my ass has people to talk to. So it's like been going on for 16 years or something, and you'd think I'd stop it because it was embarrassing. That same daughter, a long time ago, I was singing to sleep, and I used to sing songs from musicals, even though I'm straight, which is weird. So, genetic defect. So, I was singing her to sleep. The phone's there. I was singing something from Rent, which was like, open your door, I'll be your tenant. Ain't got much baggage to lay at your feet. And then I noticed the phone had butt dialed my electrician. So I was like, okay, it left him a voicemail, a long one. Maybe he won't listen to it, but sure thing, first thing in the morning, I get a call. Walter, it's Jason from JKJ Electric. How are you? I'm like trying to play it off. Hey, Jason, how you doing? He's like, I'm fine. How are you? I'm like, I'm just listening to the cast album of La Cage aux Folles, but let's do that heavy up real soon, buddy, okay? All right, so we're going to close with something a little different, and maybe it won't blow away. Who is familiar with Hamilton? You, show of hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
The musical. Okay, it's on Disney Plus now. Okay, it's on Disney Plus now. And I was like, damn, I want to write a Lin-Manuel Miranda musical about a historical figure, and they're all taken. So I picked one, Millard Fillmore. You know who he is? He was our 13th president. He got into office because Zachary Taylor died of the flu or something. And he sort of helped keep the Union together for a few more years till that little conflict we call the Civil War. So I want Lin-Manuel Miranda to play Millard Fillmore. And so I wrote this demo for him, which we're going to close with. Hope it doesn't go too bad. You ready? I am the 13th president. My ascent was heaven sent. Only punched my ticket because Zachary Taylor kicked it. I'm a soon-to-be-forgotten white guy. Might have messed up with that 1850 compromise. Slavery's on the rise. I know my time in office kind of seems like a joke. How'd you like to be succeeded by a guy named Polk? People say that history will forget me, but someday a Jewish comic will resurrect me. But hey, I avoided civil war, eating s'mores on the shores with patty fours and sure, it's too much to endure. I'm exquisitely obscure. And tell me what's it all for? My name is Millard Fillmore. Clearly, that show will not be coming to a theater near you anytime soon, nor it should, but I am not throwing away my shot. All right. Okay. Thank you all. You've been lovely. Thank you. You've been lovely. I'm going to pack up all my props and my hand sanitizer 6-pack and give it back to Sandy Bernstein.
Thank you, guys. Everybody, give it up one more time for the multi-talented Walter Gottlieb. I mean, you got visual aids, you got music, I mean, you got rap. Okay, so yes, indeed, he is a triple threat. So, amongst other things. But, okay, so guys, are you ready to, let's start over again. Are you ready for your headliner? Give me your, Sky Stage? Sky Stage? All right. Okay, well, your headliner is a Sky Stage veteran. She's multi-talented. She's a gifted comedian. She's a wonderful poet. And you're going to love her. Everybody, give a great big Sky Stage welcome to Gina Brown!
Is that music I almost got? Oh, let's take this off. Hi, I am not your headliner. I'm the last comic. Okay, that is a big difference. We're all a little rusty, so I need you need to work with us. What is this looking like after 5 hours of a mask, right? Sorry. And I'm used to holding this, so if you see me do this, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to, I'm used to trying to hold something. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I have been here a lot. It's nice. It's generally a few more people, but frequently maybe you, right? All right? I think, right? Like, I feel like, right? You've been a great energy, so thanks for being here. I will take it. You don't know, I go both ways. I will take all of it. I was going to say, how are y'all? But I know how we all are. So, and I stand sort of between you and like freedom and all this crap off your face. So I'm just going to say like a few things, right? I wish that my friends would stop sending me videos of other comics who are funny. Maybe funnier, right? Than I might be. I don't know. Self-care. Help me care for this self, right? And also, it's the only job that is constantly given, like, unsolicited advice and suggestions for how you should do it, right? So I have a lot of accountant friends. And let me tell you, for my accountant friends, what I don't do is send them a cover note along with a cool pivot table, right? With very lovely, intricate numbers and formulas. I don't do that to them saying like, hey, Marcia, I'm not telling you how to do your job, but that pivot table is all that. You know what I'm saying? You're just pivot table less, right? And or if you're a teacher, right? I don't say, hey, so I know you teach English, but there's a really cool teacher at Rockville High School who also teaches English, and I heard people like her. So maybe you should be her. Right? That's all I'm saying. Like, comedy is the only one where we get unsolicited, like what you should have done and could have done. Yeah. Shut it. Keep it to yourself. Or get down here by the X. Speaking of teachers, I love teachers. Any teachers here? Whoop, whoop. Oh, shit. Are you an English teacher? I was right there. I was with you. Have you met that cool English teacher at Rockville High School? See? Damn. So, speaking of teachers, so I'm a substitute teacher. In real life, I'm an actor and a writer and more recently a screenwriter. So that means that between gigs, yeah, I'm a substitute teacher. Because that's where actors live, between gigs, right? That's all we do, and writers too, right? But the thing about substitute teaching is I think it would be super cool if the kids weren't there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need my water in a second, which I know you can't touch. Hold, I gotta get my water. So, I think that's the problem with teaching. It's just the kid thing, right? And here's the thing. Like, I don't like kids. I don't like them. They're super annoying. And here's the thing. My parents would say, well, maybe you didn't try them out. You need to taste it before you say you don't like it.
You can never eat a whole one.
I mean, the thing is, I have 2 of my own. Right. So it ain't like I didn't try. I have 2. So I know firsthand they suck. And that's the part of teaching kids that is the problem. The kid part. Because outside of the kids, oh my gosh, like the classrooms are so cool. There's like desks and books and a Promethean board and like learning. Like, it's just cool, right? The gym, you can like run around. It's like the perfect size, but for the kids. So, I don't know. I'm going to work through that a little bit. I just think if I could get over, yeah, like the kid thing. So, other than that, substitute teaching is pretty decent. I think I find kids challenging because they belong to other people. Have you met other people's kids? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Remember like when you were in high school and then you left high school and you didn't hang out with some certain people because they were like the other people, right? Like you don't hang out with them because they're like other people, right? They're not like your people, right? So kids are all of them. All kids are all of those other people. Kids are like one person who's simultaneously allergic to gluten, dairy, peanuts, dogs, cats, and wool, and they also are vegan and keto. They might do CrossFit. Saw that. So that, all of that, and how would you like 28 of that at your house or in a classroom? You wouldn't. Kids, teaching would be great. So the kids, right? So we're gonna change that profession up a little bit. All right, so how many of you are being inundated with what I call pandemic pimps or pimpettes? Here's what I mean. They're everywhere. Now, here's the thing. I get it. We're not accustomed to having what we have at home all the time, right? That's not right. The things, they work because we go to work, right? It doesn't work if everybody's always there, like together. That's not happiness. Like, trust, it is not. A 24/7 relationship might have worked when we lived to about 30. Because pretty much by the time you got married, you were dead, right? So you could do this death till we part thing, right? But not now. We need a series of a lot of little good things, right? 24/7 doesn't work. I don't know about the 10/7. I think maybe like a 7/5. That might, like, right? You could just play with the numbers a little bit, get a good pivot table going, and see what you can come up with that. I know I've been married and divorced twice. So, I mean, I like to keep the tables balanced. But also, no. Because I knew this pandemic was coming. Right? I ain't no fool, right? So, yeah, the pandemic pimps and the pimpettes are out there. They're at the gas station, they're at the grocery store, and they're looking for you. And here's why they're looking for you. Because they don't want what's at home. And what's at home don't want them. Like, so it's sort of a win-win, but you gotta be careful because it's almost like when you drink a lot and then you get sober and you see that thing that you were going after, you take off that mask and it's like, whoa, there's like a Hennessy mask, right? You're like, what in the world was that? Like, you shouldn't even try for that. So I think you have to be so, so careful. The thing about this pandemic thing is that people can't even fake those FB happy family pictures anymore. You can't even, it was always bullshit, but now you can't even fake it because there's literally no angle or good lighting for, if you don't get the hell out of my motherfucking face, there's no angle for that. Like, you can't filter that. Everybody sees it, right? So it doesn't work. I'm also getting what I call the LinkedIn Larrys, but they're not even giving me like a job. You're coming through on LinkedIn, you're not even offering me, I'm an artist, I need a job, because obviously we're not working, we're here. So, yeah, but LinkedIn Larrys are lazy. Here's the thing, I get, hey, how are you? What's your location? My location is hell, just like yours. Like, that's where we're all living right now, right? Like, you can't, and I need you to, like, pick an affliction. You can't be lazy and dumb. Don't send me stupid stuff like that. Not gonna work for me. I reconnected with a friend from like 30 years ago. Yeah, this is the old set here. 30 years ago. And, we're getting status checks and the whole deal. Like, he's still attractive and well put together and single. And, he was like, well, I guess I just never really found the one. You know how you ladies are. Yeah, I know how we are. The lady mold. We're all the same, right? And then he inboxed me and said, so your legs are still short, huh? And I was like, no, I know why you're still single. Because you're dumb. Like, you picked the wrong affliction. He should have picked lazy. That would have worked better than dumb. Like, pick an affliction. You can't really... Oh. I mean, but they're short. I mean, admittedly, they are short, right? Bisexual legs. These bisexual legs are short. Right? Bisexual legs matter, huh? Okay, thank you. All right, so are there parents here? I know there's parents over here. Parents here? Parents. So I am a parent. And are your kids bored? So mine aren't. And there may be something wrong with them, but I was like, hey, do you want to go outside? Because you haven't been outside in a while, you should probably go outside. And they're like, is outside still outside?
It's outside.
I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, well, when outside is no longer outside, let us know. And then we'll go outside. Now, their dad had COVID, so admittedly, I think they blame outside. They're like, we're good all up in this area here. This is the non-COVID house. That outside COVID, right? So, I did over here in Safeway. This dad was like, Hannah, what are you doing? Where are you? Get over here and don't touch anything. And then I hear the response. Oh, Dad, no one's kidnapping anybody right now. They don't want another person in their house. And I was like, out of the mouth of babes, you can't even fake happy house in real life for 10 minutes in the store. Like, you can't even fake it. We are beat down. Done. No one is happy. All right, one more thing. I heard on the radio, there was this commercial for a drug, and I quote, "This is Viagra on steroids." And I thought, who is asking for more than 4 hours? Like, who? I mean, I'm in pain thinking about it, right? Like, who is asking for that? The people who need it are asleep after 5 minutes. So like, you're like, then walking around 7 hours and 55 minutes with an erection. And then what are you supposed to do with that? So I was like, this can't be real. So I was like, I know no perimenopausal women want that. And or menopausal, I'm sure they don't. I don't know who this is for. It's like a work day. Oh, all right. Oh, it's what?
Viagra on Adderall.
See, that's what it's probably like, Viagra on Adderall.
You want Viagra
On Adderall, okay. I mean, it still sounds painful, but thanks for the Q&A portion. No, I'm happy to take any other, are there any additional? So, but yeah, no, I agree. For me, it just seems like a work day. Like, you know how when you go to work, the first 5 minutes you focus hard, right? And like, the bulk of your work for that day is done in like 5 minutes. And then for 7 hours and 55 minutes, you're just moving papers around, just pretending like you're working, right? So I envision like an erect penis just shuffling around for 7 hours and 55 minutes. Just blue, right? And I'm done. That's my time. Thanks.
Everybody, give it up for Gina Brown. Yeah. Well, guys, that's our show. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. And we are going to be back in August, the fourth Friday on August 28th, and then September, the fourth Friday in September. So I hope you all come back, and be careful getting home tonight. And thank you so much. Good night.
Sandy Bernstein.
Actually, if anyone wants to take a selfie in front of the artwork here, you may. That's what it's for. This is a Maryland artist, Larry Cook, and he's an important artist. This is a small project for him, so we're very lucky that he graced our space with that, especially when we were closed and it was something you could see from the windows. And so for the whole rest, thank you for coming and braving the heat and everything. Sandy, Gina, Walter, and Dave, thanks so much. Our calendar is at skystagefrederick.com. You can read all about the building too, and the history of the space, and see what we have coming up down the pipeline. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh, it's a project of the Frederick Arts Council. Just so you know, Frederick Arts, FAC.